So for the Sony system, if you want to get a wildlife lens for it, you're gonna either have to spend $2,000, $12,000, or $13,000 to get a lens to use for wildlife. I personally don't like spending a lot of money on a lens unless if I'm gonna make money from it. And wildlife is something that I haven't been able to find a way to make money from it. You know, I usually make my money from either shooting movies, TV, or doing corporate videos. So for me to spend, $12,000 on lenses, unless if it's like a cinema lens or something, it's kind of ridiculous. So today I got a budget solution for you guys. So besides spending $2,000 for 150 to 600 Sony lens, instead we're gonna get the Sigma 150 to 600, which is pretty much the same lens, except I would say this Sony lens is a little bit more sharper and you're gonna get better autofocus because that is a native lens. But this is a Canon lens that we're gonna adapt with Sigma Zone adapter, which is the, what is it called, MC11 adapter. So we're just gonna put that on there, and we're gonna shoot some video with the Sony FS5, and we're also gonna try shooting some photos with the Sony a7R III. So we'll see how that looks for half the price. I think this is a good setup. I already shot a bunch of photos with it, and surprisingly the autofocus works really well. In daylight that we're shooting at right now, you can pretty much get like almost perfect autofocus with this lens. But when the light starts going down, that's when you start having problems, which I'll demonstrate later. But just for now, let's put this on the Sony a7R III. Which, after we put the adapter on it, we can put it on there, and it's a big boy lens right here. It's not even the full size. If we fully extend this lens, oh my god, look at that. Holy shit, dude. If you need to compensate for something, this is the lens to get. So now let's go outside. We're on my boat right now because, there's a quarantine going on and we're not allowed to go out into the parks and everything. So fuck it, we're just gonna be on my boat and we're just gonna shoot some birds off of it. So let's go. Okay, so first let's try shooting some video with this camera, which I'll just demonstrate the autofocus on it. Oh man, we're definitely gonna have to bump up our shutter for this. Let's see. Okay, so for video, let's turn it on. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, for video, the autofocus is very slow, but it works, And we can see these swans just swinging around. But things that I can actually hear the autofocusing. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. But it's like pretty loud, but it's not too bad, If you're shooting wildlife, you're not really gonna be, capturing audio anyway, so it should be fine. But honestly, the sharpness looks amazing out of this camera. Yeah, the video just looks beautiful out of it. But if we see the autofocus, honestly, it's not bad. Going from there to there, it's not too bad. Wow, you can also just see the transition of, with the clouds coming in, you can just see the transition of like losing color. Wow, it literally went from the color videos to black and white. It's pretty incredible. But the autofocus honestly is very good in my opinion. But as long as it's daylight out. The moment the sun starts going down, then it starts getting really bad. But if it's daylight, then it's fine. So now let's try taking some pictures, and we're gonna show that right now. Like I said, this lens is pretty amazing. The autofocus works really well as long as you have the subject in the ballpark of where you want to focus. Like if you're going from like close up to like super far away, then it's hard to focus it. But if you can get it so that so if it's in the same ballpark, then it works pretty well. And if it's not, you can always just manual focus it and get it close to the ballpark of where the animal is, and then the autofocus does a great job, and you can even like shoot birds flying in the sky. So autofocus wouldn't be a major problem with this lens if that's what you're worried about. And since this is not a comparison video, I'm not really comparing this lens to the Sony lens, because, you know, I'm sure the Sony lens is better. It's a native lens, so it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be sharper, it's gonna have faster autofocus, but I doubt it's gonna be twice as good. And honestly, for lenses like these 150 to 600 variable aperture zoom lenses, they're not the highest quality, so I would get the cheapest one in my opinion. And this does the job well. You know, if you're a professional and you want like the best quality, then you're gonna have to spend, you know, over $10,000 getting like the 600 f4 or the 400 2.8, which are giant heavy lenses. And this is not a light lens either. You know, if you're gonna use this lens, I recommend either using it on a tripod, which does have a tripod mount right here, or putting it on a monopod so that you can offset the weight, so that, you know, when you're holding it for long periods, you know, your arms don't get tired, and if they're tired, they're gonna get shaky. It's gonna, you know, it's gonna ruin the quality of your images. But anyways, guys, this is a great lens. If you're interested in it, I have a link for it in the description where you can pick this up. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. I make videos every single week, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.